And hello everybody, welcome back to the channel again. Second time trying to do this, guys. As of course, guys, going to be doing an interactive live show just speaking about all the latest Rangers news from the last 24 hours, and of course still going through the fallout of yesterday as we did taste defeat to Ross County. There is quite a lot of stuff to go over today, guys. Of course, there has been comments from pundits in and around Scotland. There's been a load said with regards to the game yesterday from both camps, and we're going to have a discussion on where that kind of leads us. Now, of course, going into the last 6 games of the season, we're of course going to be going through the big news ahead of the clash tomorrow, whilst also speaking about a few other bits and pieces within the space. As I said, there's a few other bits of loose ends with regards to ex-Rangers players and all these kind of things that we can speak about. But as always, guys, you do make these live shows, please do smash the like button, hit the subscribe button, and get involved in the comment section below. If you're watching this live or on a replay, do get involved in the comments. So, my question to you, ladies and gentlemen, is the title race over? Yes. I asked the question, is the title race over, yes or no? Let me know down there in the poll and give me your thoughts in the live chat and in the comment section below with regards to it. Now, there's been a lot made of the fallout from yesterday. There's been a lot said. I've been very, very vocal on my thoughts and opinions on this title race. I've been giving my thoughts and opinions on what's happened, and I'm frustrated, like many of you guys are, because we played absolutely woeful. And I've seen a stat recently, our form has been rank rotten in the last sort of 8 games. Of course, losing to Motherwell, drawing to Celtic. We've of course lost to Benfica along this way. We've obviously drew to Benfica. We've drawn other games as well. And just recently, I think we've got 2 wins, I think, in 7 games, which is absolutely rank rotten and does show that we are struggling for form at this moment in time. So it is frustrating. It is frustrating. And as I said, everybody is upset with what happened yesterday. I felt that there could be a few twists and turns within this title race. I didn't think we have a God-given right to turn up and win every single game, but I really didn't foresee what happened yesterday, conceding 3 goals to a Ross County side that are sitting 11th in the league table. I didn't see us giving away 3 goals. That just wasn't in the makeup, in my personal opinion. I didn't see it coming. Ross County, I think a lot of people have said, are a team full of journeymen. They're a side that, as stated, have struggled in the Scottish Premiership so far this season. And then for them to score 3 goals against us is seriously worrying. We've already begrudged the defence. We've already talked about how poor our attack is. We've also talked about this team just not being good enough in general. And a lot of people and a lot of fans are stating that we need to rip it up and start again. And I just want to know what everybody's thoughts and opinions are from yesterday and from the fallout. What are your thoughts? What are you thinking? What's going through your head? What needs to change going into the game against Dundee? That's of course on the horizon. And whilst, as I said, I've had my thoughts and opinions on it, pundits have came out and spoke about different bits and pieces, and one of them, probably not the favourite in one of our camp, is Chris Sutton. He has basically came out and said he was astonished that Rangers dropped points in the title race, and basically said on a podcast, basically nobody saw that coming, least of all Philippe Clement. With the way they finished against Celtic, I was astonished by the lack of intensity from their performance, especially after the first half they were inspid. They go in front and you think they're going to go and let this go, but Ross County came out and got a couple of goals. They carried a real threat to Rangers as they go 3-1 ahead. That is a bad day for Rangers. It's so tight and still in their hands, but they have to go away to Celtic Park and probably win. I still think there'll be a couple of twists and turns, but I think they'll have to beat Celtic at Celtic Park. Again, I know I don't really like Chris Sutton that much, nor do I really have as much time with what he says with regards to his comments. But again, it's true. We literally have to win every single game that's coming right now, right? We don't know what the post-split games look like just yet. But if you've looked at the top 6, all of those ties are completely winnable. Now, again, we're not in the best of form. We've highlighted the fact that we've had 2 wins from 7 games, which is just not good enough for a Rangers side that are potentially chasing a title or potentially chasing a treble. But again, we can go on a run, and we need to try and find and shake ourselves down from that mess. And everyone has to have a look in the mirror and go again and get a response against this Dundee side. If not, it's completely done and dusted. Again, I said I don't think we'll win the title. I still stand by that at this moment in time, but I want to see a response going into that game against Dundee on Wednesday. And we have heard news with regards to that game against Dundee on Wednesday, as of course there has been a contingency plan put in place. Everybody knows what's going on at this moment in time. Everybody knows that the Dundee pitch is in shit state. The Dundee pitch has been in shit state since before the international break, and there has been an update with regards to the situation. A statement from the SPFL read, the SPFL announced a series of contingency measures regarding the previously postponed Dundee versus Rangers Premiership match on Wednesday, April 17th, 2024. The SPFL have appointed an experienced pitch consultancy, which is regularly used by UEFA and other sporting bodies, to report back to the league with guidance on the condition of the pitch in advance on Wednesday's match. Dundee were also informed on Thursday that they must provide the pitch consultants, SPFL and Rangers with daily updates on the playing surface and weather forecast, and immediately report any concerns regarding Wednesday's match being played at Dens Park. It's been further agreed that the match official will carry out a pitch inspection of the playing surface on the morning of Tuesday, April 16th, after which, taking weather forecasts into account, a final decision will be taken on whether to play the game at Dens Park. If the game cannot be played at Dens Park, the SPFL have confirmed that it will be moved to St Johnstone's McDermott Park on Wednesday, April 17th, with Dundee making arrangements for fans of both teams to attend. If the game requires to be moved to McDermott Park, it will be categorised as a Dundee FC home game. The SPFL is grateful for the assistance of St Johnstone and will make a further announcement tomorrow. A Rangers spokesman added, Wednesday's Premiership match with Dundee will be subject to a pitch inspection tomorrow morning, with weather forecasts for the remainder of Tuesday and Wednesday also being taken into account. Should the pitch at Dens Park again be deemed unplayable or likely to be unplayable, the game will be moved to McDermott Park in Perth with an 8 p.m. kickoff on Wednesday, April 17th. So as you can see, guys, this game is going to be going ahead regardless of the situation. The game will be going ahead against Dundee, but our team, our players need to respond. Our team, our players need to turn up for this match against Dundee. Look, it's all well and good saying that this match is going to go ahead, but we cannot afford to even draw this game. No more dropping points. We need to get 3 points on the board, and that's an absolute minimum going into this clash. Now, that's some big news with regards to the upcoming game against Dundee. Now, following this, of course, everybody's got an eye on the split at this moment in time. When will the SPFL post-split fixture announcements be made? And basically, league chiefs will delay the announcement of the final 5 match days until the league standings are cemented following the final match of the regular season on Wednesday. It means supporters will face a lengthy wait until the end of the week, with Thursday at the earliest now for fixtures to be finalised. Despite Dundee obviously getting into the split and getting into the top 6, they could leapfrog St Mirren in the table in their final match before the split. So again, whilst the top 6 is cemented, places can be changed, and that could then affect the fixtures. The fixture announcement will be made after all games have been played, and then from there we can see what the state of play looks like ahead for the final 5 matches in the Scottish Premiership season. So a lot of things that have been taking place, but this game now is definitely going to go ahead on Wednesday regardless of the situation of their pitch on Wednesday. The match will be played, which is good news. But again, we need to turn up. We need to make sure that we win this match. There absolutely can't be a scrappy 1-0 win. In fact, probably fans would probably take that. But I want to see a response. I want to see this Rangers side show a bit of grit, a bit of determination, a bit of quality going into this clash against them. And hopefully, as I said, find a response, because the supporters are going to be on the players' backs in this game. Of course, I want to see the team be supported by the supporters. that the fans have every right to be absolutely outraged after that game against Ross County. I'm still sat here livid after over 24 hours later. Still don't know what to do with myself because it is literally infuriating, that match, and I'm still pissed off. I still can't believe it. And I woke up this morning with a hangover may I add after downing my sorrows. And I woke up and wondered, I had to double check the score if that actually happened. If it was actually a dream, it was that bad yesterday. So again, look, listen, we need to find a response, and that may have to start with Philippe Clement dropping certain players, maybe changing things about, getting Cyril Dessers off the park. Maybe Kemal Roof can start the game. Maybe someone up top can start, someone different can start up top to Cyril Dessers because that outlet doesn't work. Maybe change up around the midfield. Hopefully Diamande can play with his sore thumb in a cast, for goodness sake. But hopefully players can come in and make an impact. Players that are hungry for the jersey can come in and try and do something a bit different because, as stated, our form, it's been coming for a very, very long time. Ever since we beat Heart of Midlothian 5-0. Since then, the trajectory has gone downwards and downwards and downwards, and we've got 2 wins in 7 games to show for it. And as stated, we should have beat Motherwell. We should have beat Motherwell at Ibrox. Why hasn't there been a response since then? Yes, we beat Hibernian, some may say. Yes, we got that comeback against Celtic. But if we had won the games that we had supposed to, we would be out of this. The title race wouldn't be a thing. We would probably have our name pretty much halfway engraved on the SPFL trophy. But Rangers don't do it that way because the team is full of losers at this moment in time. But look, I want to park away the negativity because we're supporters. We need to get behind the team, and everyone has that frustration after that match against Ross County. But of course, as Wednesday goes, as the first whistle goes on Wednesday night, again, I'm going to be back hoping that we get 3 points and hopefully get back into this title race. I seen something earlier stating that if we win 8 games left of this season, 8 matches in all competitions, if we win all 8 of them, we win the treble. 8 games, 8 matches, and we win the treble. I know it's easier said than done, but my goodness me, we got to give ourselves a good chance because it's mental. It's mental. In other news, guys, as well, whilst our situation has been there on the other side of Glasgow, they received some big news as well today that will affect the title race as well, as Dazen Maida is now out for the season. Yes, Dazen Maida, I can't believe I'm saying that. Dazen Maida was a player that had James Tavernier in his pocket in the last Old Firm game and caused him a plethora of problems in that last match. So again, confirmed today that Dazen Maida now will be missing for the season. So Tavernier is probably let off of the game at Celtic Park defensively. But again, we need to make it count and not worry too much about it. I do think potentially they could slip up in the next few games. They've still got to go to Rugby Park. They've still probably got to go to Tynecastle if my calculations are correct with regards to the split. I think they've only played at Rugby Park once. Yes, I know they got knocked out to the Cup there, but I think in the league they've played there once, so they'll go to Rugby Park again. I think the same with Tynecastle. Correct me if I'm wrong down there in the live chat. So they've still got 2 really hard away games that they've been to this season. They'll still need to go there twice. So again, there's still going to be a few more twists and turns, but we need to focus now. Focus on these games. 8 matches. Fuck the treble, actually. Fuck the Scottish Cup. The league, right now, 6 matches, 6 games we need to win. 6 cup finals, it's 6 cup finals, and we win the title. But they need to get this. Philippe Clement needs to get this into these players' heads going into this clash. He really does need to get this right. Anyway, I will make up my mind. My mind is, look, I do sound like I'm contradicting myself. Yes, I do. Do I think we're going to win the title? No. But I still have belief and hope because I'm a Rangers supporter. Of course I have a bit of hope. Of course I have a bit of belief. We're football fans. My goodness me, I thought we were going to win the title under Pedro Canicha. You know what I mean? But what I'm trying to say, what I've seen from this team is that I don't think we're capable of winning the title. But does it mean that I give up hope? Absolutely not. I don't. I'm deluded. I'm a deluded Rangers fan, and I love to see us win, and I have every single hope that we're still going to win this. So my thoughts, because everybody keeps on saying, well, what's your thoughts then? What's your comments on it? Can we win the title? Yes. Do I think we can win the title? No. But Can Celtic maybe play us into winning the title? Absolutely. They're still crap as well. So even if we win the games, and we can get a result at Parkhead, we're quite weird like that, potentially we could win the title. But do I think we're going to win the title? No. I hope that explains it at this moment in time. Again, I was a lot more emotional in the game after the post-match, and I still stand by a lot of those comments. And people are going to come at me here again on this live stream and state, well, you're not a real Rangers fan because you don't think I'm going to win the title. If I had to put a bet on it now, I say no. Simple as that. That's just an opinion. I don't think we're going to win it. Just off that game. Literally, not just that game, the game against Motherwell at Ibrox, the game against Celtic, the first 45 minutes against Celtic at Ibrox. That's why I don't think we'll win the title. But we still win the title race. We're still in it. That's a fact. It still is there. I'm hoping the team do pick themselves up and go for it. So, yeah, I know it sounds a bit confusing, but exactly. I think we can win the title, but I don't think we will. But I'm still not going to give up hope that we won't win the title. I hope that makes a little bit of sense for you. But guys, I'm going to take some comments down there in the live chat. Guys, I'm back live streaming games on Wednesday, troops. On Wednesday, I'm back. So the Dundee game, for those of you that used to like the live watch-alongs, we're going to be watching every single game now until the end of the season. I need to bring this luck back somehow. Maybe I'm superstitious, but when I used to do watch-alongs, Rangers never really lost. And I'm not, this is just not me fucking saying anything, I'm just being a bit superstitious here. So I might need to get back onto the live streams and get back onto the live watch-alongs. So as of Wednesday, I'm whacking out the old watch-alongs back again and hopefully seeing Rangers get that 3 points that we need. Backline needs dropped bar Suter. Our best defender is on the bench week in and week out. Starting 11 for the past 2 weeks. Why he didn't start Matondo after the last 2 weeks, I didn't know. Geordie, I completely agree with you. I think Balogun and Suter should be given it a go. But Goldson's undroppable. Why is Goldson undroppable for? Why has Goldson suddenly become this, as stated earlier, a Nesta sort of player, John Terry sort of player? Why is Goldson undroppable over Steven Gerrard, Giovanni Van Bronckhorst, Michael Beale, and now Philippe Clement? Why is Connor Goldson undroppable? Try a Suter and try a Balogun partnership, defensive partnership. Let's see what happens there. Balogun, I do agree, he's a very, very good centre-back, and I think he would make a better impact than what we've currently got at this moment in time. Barisic, fuck me, I don't... Call back Adam Devine. I don't want to see Barisic back in the team. He's minced. Tavernier is obviously going to keep his place. Tavernier adds something going forward. In the middle, hopefully, Diomande with his freaking broken thumb or whatever he's got wrong with his thumb's back. I'm sure he can play with a broken thumb. That sums up a bit of the mentality of the player. That didn't sit right with me there with Diomande. I understand if you've broke your leg or something, or hurt your leg or hurt something that, but I don't want to hear excuses about you hurt your thumb so you can't play. You can patch your thumb up, you'll be good to go. I think that's a terrible excuse to miss a football game. But Diomande and potentially coming back in. Cantwell, I thought, played all right against Ross County. Cantwell back in there again. John Lundstrom, I'm sick of that guy. He's mince. He's mince as well. So I want to see some changes in and around the field. As someone said there as well, Seema needs to start. Matondo needs to come back in. Play someone else up top. Maybe start Roof. I know you'll probably only get one game out of the guy, but at least try it and see what happens. That's what we need to do. Make your mind up. I think Celtic will drop points somewhere. You will see. Going to be close, but not over. I don't think Celtic will win every single game now until the end of the season. I just don't see that. However, I don't see Rangers winning every single game until the end of the season. So it's one of those. I've said this saying too many times. I've said that it's a battle between two rubbish teams. Let's be honest. We've seen a lot better Rangers teams in our lives. We've seen a lot better Celtic teams in our lives. I think both teams are pretty mediocre. Genuinely, both of them are very mediocre in terms of the quality that they possess. I think we've seen a lot better Celtic teams over the last 3-4 years, and we've seen better Rangers teams, of course, in our lifetime. But I do think it's between two rubbish teams, and it's going to be the side that's the least rubbish that's going to win the league. There's still going to be points dropped out. Chef, shout out to you. Didn't Benzema play with a broken thumb or wrist and just played the hand wrapped up through his career when it was healed? Yeah, no, he does. Players always do. But that's why I don't understand why Diamande's missing a game he said he had surgery on his thumb. For goodness me, you patch it up and you get out there. It's a thumb. There's not going to be intruding in the way he plays football. No chance. What else have we got here? Sheep will beat Celtic in the cup. Suddenly all their eggs will be in one basket. Case of season waiting to be cracked wide open. We'll see what happens, guys. We'll see what happens. The Blue Baron says Goldson needs to be dropped. Why does Goldson go up for corners? He can't header. I don't know. I don't know why Goldson still starts. And guys, look, everyone's coming in. It's not over until it's over. I genuinely believe that. I know that's the case. I know that it's not over until it's over. I do know that. But you've got to understand, when I do my match reactions, it's completely raw. I watch the game straight after the match, turn the camera on, record my opinion on it. There's a lot of emotion in there. And still 24 hours later, I agree with all my comments. I still think that we've made an arse of it. I genuinely do believe we've made an arse of this title race. We've made a complete arse of it. And some will always go back to us, well, we weren't in a title race in October, but we are now in January. We are in April. We are in March. We have been in a title race since March. So I don't care what happened in October if we weren't in a title race in October then. And would you mean just sit back and go, oh, I'm glad we were in a title race? No, when we're in a title race, I expect us to do well. We're Rangers Football Club, for fuck's sake. We play to win league titles. We play to win trophies. We play to win cups, honours, all of the rest of it. So us being in a title race and losing to fucking Motherwell 2-1, 2-0, I can't remember the score now, losing to Motherwell at Ibrox, putting on a rank performance against Celtic and Ibrox in the first half, and then losing to Ross County. It's unacceptable. It's completely unacceptable. And that's why I know it's always hindsight. And as I said, a lot of us on YouTube are great at talking about hindsight, and everyone's an expert at it. But 3 points against Motherwell, which we should have got. And by the way, I'm not sounding self-righteous and demanding that, but we should win at home games. Beating Ross County, and whatever, the draw could happen at Celtic. But either way, there's 6 points there. There's 6 points from the Motherwell game and the Ross County game, and there's daylight between Rangers and Celtic in the league. That's why I'm so frustrated with this team, because we lose the games that we're supposed to be winning, and that's why I'm so frustrated all of the time, genuinely, because we should be out of this. The title race should be over. The title should be in our hands. That's genuinely the frustrating thing is. And if they go on and win the title at the end of the year, they go into the Champions League again. All of our work, we've been talking about this Champions League for a long period of time. We've been talking about the Champions League money and the riches that comes along with it. But they go back into the Champions League once again. They're getting £50 million. What? They're taking a huge step ahead of us when it comes to financially. Champions League money and all these kind of things. And for our own doing, not their doing, our own doing. Our own doing. Beating Motherwell and beating Ross County to win a league title, you would have bit your hand off of that at the start of the season. If I said to you at the start of the season, you beat Motherwell at home and beat Ross County in an away game, who's sitting 11th, and you'll be what? How many points are we behind? So if we win a game in hand, we'd be 5 points clear of Celtic going into the split. You would have bit someone's hand off of that, genuinely. You would have devoured that hand and taken the offer. You need to beat Motherwell at Ibrox, you need to beat Ross County away from home, and you'll be 5 points clear of Celtic going into the split. You'd have bit the hand off. That's why it's so infuriating for me. That's why it doesn't sit easy with me. That's why I'm so angry constantly doing these videos. And that's why I maybe come across as not bitter, but frustrated. Because I'm frustrated. Genuinely, I'm so frustrated. Making work of it. And look, we all could sit back at the end of this season and go, oh, we won the title. We did it the Rangers way. We went at Parkhead, all these kind of things. Great, which I don't think is going to happen. But still, we've made hard work of it. Genuinely made hard work of it. We need to do something on our set pieces, especially corners. Probably in the last 100 corners have we scored? No, never. Goldson must have something in his contract that says he has to start or something like that. If that was the case, I'd start him, sub him in the 10-minute mark. I mean, you can't waste a substitution. The thing is with that, look, this is a conversation to be had towards the end of the season. Right now, I'm going to get behind the team. I'm going to get behind this squad, and hopefully we can get the job done. Hopefully we can try and get over the line. But genuinely, there is a conversation we need to be having about this group of players. and this current regime. Look, I love Philippe Clement. He's not done anything bad in my opinion. Some have made questions about the substitutes and all these kind of things, but he came into a shower of shit and kind of dragged us into a title race. So I haven't got any qualms of Philippe Clement at this moment in time. But the players, the old guard, these same players that have thrown every single other manager under the bus. I'm talking Goldson, who's been in the team since 2018. Barisic, that's been in there since 2018. John Lundstrom had an absolute mare last season, now holding the club ransom to a contract. Fuck off. Mince. There's a whole shower of shit, but some of the spine of the team, some of the players that have constantly, the undroppables, the players that are constantly playing under every single manager, they need gone. And I think Philippe Clement needs to make that brave move going into the summer transfer window and go, look, listen, thank you, but you're done. If there is a Tavernier, again, I love Tavernier. It does hurt me to say it, but defensively, he's cost us in the last 2 games. But certainly, the right back Tavernier, if there's a moment in the summer transfer window that there's a Saudi offer in there for 10 million quid, then you maybe be like, look, listen, we'll take the offer. And it pains me saying, because Tavernier genuinely is my favourite player, has been for the last 9 years. But there comes a time where you've got to thank the old guard for their service and move on. And I keep on saying in every single video, I like the idea of these new signings. Whilst Diomande mentality for me with that freaking broken thumb thing, it pissed me off. He's a good player. It's the right direction. Oscar Cortez, I miss this guy. Oscar Cortez, didn't get to see too much of him. But he's a player that I would get behind. And these kind of young blood, these kind of youth players to bring into the team is the new regime that I want to be going through and going under Rangers with Philippe Clement and Niels Koopman as the gaffer. So we'll certainly see. That's a conversation to have at the end of the season, and depending on where we are. Well, look, we can still go on and win this title, but I seriously do think we need to look and say thank you for your service, old guard. But it's time. It's time to move on and take it another way. But yeah. Now, I'll take a few more comments, guys. We need to do something with our set pieces, especially corners. I've read that one. Dan, shake yourself. Gucci belt 40 had the league tied up at Christmas. He's a defeat away from its implosion at Shark Head. But the problem is, mate, they win. They win. They come to Ibrox and get a draw. They beat us in the Old Firm games. And when the matches mattered, again, I'm not sitting here saying anything about Celtic, but when the matches matter, when games matter domestically, they show up. You know, them getting a point, look, people would say, look, they blew a lead at Ibrox, but getting a point at Ibrox in a title race is not bad. You know, they were under pressure to beat us at Parkhead at the end of the year. They got the job done. When the remit's in line and when the job's there, they do get the job done. Whereas our players don't get the job done. We shit it. We're a team full of losers. We lose to Motherwell at home. We lose to Ross County, who are 11th place. We're in the driving seat for the title. We're 2-0 down at Ibrox in a must-win game against Celtic at half-time. And that's the difference. Genuinely, I do believe that. But look, guys, I'm going to wrap it up from here. Do let me know your thoughts on everything down there in the comment section below. Let me know how you feel. We'll be back doing the live watch-alongs, of course, against Dundee on Wednesday. So do tune in for that. Hit the like button. Let me know. Just vent down there in the comment section below, guys, and I'll see you all next time. As stated, let me know, is the title race over? Yes or no?